Thomas, hi. From a fan perspective, it's quite clear that you use this international break as a very sort of exploratory time, using your last chance before the World Cup to make some changes that you hadn't before. But how well do you think the experiments that you've made here are actually going to translate into your World Cup squad, given that they've now produced probably your worst set of results as England manager in an international break?
Yeah, it is what it is. I think we got punished for not a lot against Uruguay in the very end, and today for one counter-attack in the first half, where we managed to score, where they managed to score. We knew that before. I knew that before. I'm disappointed with the result. Everyone is, but I think it is worth to put it into perspective. I knew that we have a tough exam in this to play for in this window, because our players are heavily invested in club football. They're heavily invested in European football and in the physical toughest league that there is. We played against two top 20 teams, well drilled, very good opponents, who arrived in their best lineup. We had a big change in the middle of camp. Suddenly, after the match, we had 7-8 injuries who had to leave camp. So it's not an excuse; it's just explanation why things are not like perfectly smooth and maybe perfectly on the highest level that we expect, and we expect it always from us. We made life difficult for ourselves because we narrowed the pitch down extremely in the first half and didn't use the fullbacks in the way that we wanted to. Second half, we did it better. We had more width, we had more runs, we had more offensive actions with the correct energy and dynamic movements. So that was a bit better, but we couldn't score. We couldn't score when the chances were there, and the chances were there late. So it is what it is. The most important is that we learn from it. This camp will not define us, and we have 2 months' time to digest it, to take the learnings, to nominate our squad, to get players back healthy. Hopefully, I hope they stay healthy. That we have the full choice, and then we will pursue our dream from June.
Okay. Alex.
Hi, Thomas. You made qualification for the World Cup look really easy, but you're now without a win against the 3 highest ranked sides that you've played. I know you've tried things in those games, but does it give you concern about not being able to beat the elite sides?
No, it does not give me any concern.
Jacob.
Hi, Thomas. How do you feel Cole Palmer and Phil Foden did tonight? Do you feel you got enough from them?
I'm not the biggest friend now to talk about individual, but of course, if we put offensive players on the pitch, we demand offensive actions, we demand creativity, we demand dribblings, we demand shots, we demand assists, and we clearly didn't have enough, could not create. We made it difficult for us to find them in the half spaces. We struggled to open up these spaces. We played against the deep 5-4-1. We didn't use the width of the field enough to make the difference, and our offensive players struggled to make the difference and to create something against in one-on-one situations, because against the deep 5-4-1 you get basically no superiority through passing. You get it if you win one-on-ones, otherwise you will be always in equal numbers or in minority, and this is what happened in the first half, especially. In the second half, Japan got a bit more tired. We invested more physically on the sides to open up the middle a bit more. It was difficult for both of them, but it was clear that they will get their chances. I need to see them. We had 3 camps where we did not open the door a lot for newcomers. So now we did. And we had to adapt to 7, 8, 9 injuries in between camp. Again, I can put it into perspective. I will put it into perspective, but no but. That's just the way it is.
Thomas, I know you were asked about this on TV, but does it concern you at all that in the absence of Harry Kane, you don't have the same kind of attacking threat?
No, but Oh, in the absence of Harry Kane, we don't have the same threat. Bayern Munich, in the absence of Harry Kane, has not the same threat. No team in the world has the same threat. It's just normal. If top teams rely on top players and top nations rely on top players, that's just absolutely normal. I mean, on top of it, Harry dropped out, so we lost not only him as a player, but we lost him as a personality. It's always a bit disrupting if the captain leaves the last training after 15 minutes and is out of the squad. We lost Bukayo, Noni, we lost Declan Rice, we lost John Stones, who are normally the core and the drive of this group. And it affected us because this is normal. They are the players to carry the quality, carry the momentum on their shoulder, and of course it affected us. But this is just normal. It's a reality. We can win games without Harry. We will win without Harry. When we have won without Harry, but it's easier to win matches with Harry, of course.
So Thomas, on that. Do you understand why some, even other coaches, have called Harry's teams, like Spurs, like they call them the Harry Kane team, because he's so important to kind of how the teams that he plays for, like his function in the team as well?
Yeah, of course. Of course, I understand that. It's just the quality. Yeah.
Can you is there a way? Because you obviously changed the system today without him, without playing with the number 9.
We didn't change the system against Uruguay and played with a number 9. Today we played with just a different number 9. And we played also with a 9 with Phil Foden and later with Dom Solanke. But I'm not looking for a second Harry Kane. There's just no second Harry Kane. And there's also not an excuse. We were ready to beat Japan. We were ready to find solutions and to offer solutions to the team. But it was difficult. We struggled. On top, Jude tried everything, like a player who can always make something happen in a one-on-one, who's always happy to carry responsibility and make something special happen. So I think we miss a lot of key players, and it's just a reality. If teams like Uruguay or Japan come well drilled in their top lineup, it's a difficult task. It was not necessary to lose the match. Unfortunately, we lost it, which is disappointing, and I hate losing like no one else, and it will take a while to digest, but it will not affect us massively now for when we arrive in the US.
Thank you for doing this. My name is Gakushi Fujiwara from the Asahi Shimbun Japanese newspaper. What has changed and what has remained the same in your impression of Japan after the match? Thank you.
Nothing. I expected exactly what we got. A well-drilled team who have a lot of different variations in the deep build-up, from 3-2 to 4-1 to 3-1, dropping to the sides, opening up spaces, and playing from outside to inside, crossing lines. So everything was there, and it's very, very intense, and it's very complex to play against it. So I'm basically very happy that we especially in the first half, did not concede at all. I think for me, the second chance that they had was a clear offside, and the first one was a goal, and we should have defended it better because we were, I think, 6 against 3 in the counter attack. So this is mainly on us, but we controlled the game. They had ball possession, but in areas where they didn't hurt us, we put the hard work in. No, there was no surprise. I know how good they are. I know the results that they recently got. So it was clear before. We were very aware of the 2 difficult test matches that we organized for ourselves in a complicated window for our players, and that's just what it is. And you can be disappointed, but we cannot be surprised that it does not look absolutely perfect.
Okay, 4 more to start here.
Commiserations, Thomas Tuchel, for the defeat. But I'm just interested to know, Morgan Rogers was the one who was making the runs in behind to stretch the defensive line. But how comes Phil Foden wasn't doing that? Because Kai Havertz did that back in your Chelsea days, and that resulted in perhaps your greatest achievement in winning the 2021 Champions League. So I just want to know the decision-making behind that.
We played with 2 number 6 and 2 number 10s positions, because that's what we think that gave us basically the chance to have players where Japan has no players in 2 6 positions and 2 10 positions, and then have 2 players with Morgan and Anthony Gordon in the last line. But like I said, we lacked the width. Our fullbacks did not engage enough in the offensive patterns to open up the middle. So we tried to play everything through the middle, and the middle was closed because we didn't provide the width and the attack, the threat on the side. We tried Morgan in the last line because it's basically the ideal position for Cole Palmer, and we wanted to give Cole the chance to perform on his ideal position. Later we tried then with Morgan more tucked in, and Jared Bowen in the high position to make runs. It was a bit easier because we had more overlaps and underlaps from the fullback. That's basically the decision, and players tried. It's difficult because we try to learn stuff in 2 days, and I will take the responsibility for that. But the group was new, so some of them heard the voice of me for the first time. Some of them heard the principles of the game for the first time. I take the responsibility for that, of course, for the plan and for the structure. There's no doubt about it. Players tried everything, and like I said, I'm repeating myself from here. It's on us now to learn and to do better.
Hi, Thomas. Obviously, you've got a lot to digest after the last week, but has this camp provided you with more clarity about the 26, or more questions about?
No, more clarity. More clarity, clearly.
James?
Hi, Thomas. You mentioned the injuries you've had to deal with, obviously, across the whole camp. Can I just ask what the next 2 months are going to be like for you as you sort of watch on, kind of hoping players are going to be available for the summer?
Yeah, it will be scary to watch TV on the weekend and through, because from now on, every muscle injury can mean that a player misses out. So it's one thing if player get injured, which is anyway not nice. But then is like I said, is Jordan Henderson is a key figure for us in camp. Is out. Declan Rice is out. Bukayo is out. They're captains for their clubs, and they drive the standards. And then Harry Kane drops out. So it's basically the leadership group who's not available. This affects, of course, a group, and everyone gave everything. And from now on, of course, still now, all these injuries, I think, will be still manageable in the window of time that we have to be invested in club football in May and be ready for the World Cup. But from now on, the next 8 weeks, I will be. I'm concerned, of course, and I hope that everything goes well for the players, that they stay healthy.
Okay, last one here.
Hi, Thomas. Only goal tonight. Kaoru Mitoma created and finished it as well.
Say again.
Kaoru Mitoma created tonight goal and finished the goal as well. So, what kind of do you think level is he reaching at the moment?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
What kind of level is he reaching at the moment?
What kind of level?
Yeah.
Oh, he can play on a high level. I think he proved this in for his club and in the Premier League. He can play on the highest level. The goal itself, I think, it was a bit too easy after the ball loss. The ball loss can happen; it's not a problem. In the moment of the ball loss, I think we have 4 players behind the ball. Then comes the acceleration. I think we lose some duels. And then the recovery runs from us, I think, were not in 100% intensity, because then we could have defended the goal. So we ended up in a 6 against 3 in our favor and still conceded, which is disappointing. But for the level of Mitoma is no doubt his top player.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Good. Thank you, guys.